Hi everyone, welcome once again to another interesting tutorial. My name is OJ. Thank you so much for watching. In today's video, we are going to be drafting the pattern for us to recreate this beautiful style you are seeing on the screen right now. If this is your first time seeing my video, please don't forget to hit on that subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, enjoy. We'll be drafting on this pattern paper here, and we'll be starting with the front pattern, right? So I will be indicating my guideline here. So this will serve as our shoulder line. So you can see that I have half inch on this upper part here because I'm having my shoulder seam allowance in mind on this part here. So the next thing I'm going to do is the neck width. I'm going to make use of 3.75, right? So 3.75. Then the shoulder divided by 2 plus half inch to join the sleeve to the shoulder is going to be 7.5 inches. Shoulder to chest is 9 inches. Shoulder to bust is 11. Shoulder to under bust is 14.5. Then the half length for the front is 17.5 inches. That's the half length is 16.5. Then I added 1 inch to that. I'm going to use it to join it to the down part. Hope that is clear. On this shoulder here, I'll be coming down 1 inch for the slope. Then I'll go up half inch for my shoulder seam allowance. I'll connect it to the neck width. So you see what I've done here. So I connect it up this way. Then left this way. Then I will indicate my chest this way. So I basically just square this area here, right? I'll make this into a straight line. This is my bust line. So this is our chest line. This is our chest line. This is our bust line. So BL. This is the under bust line. And this is our waist line. Hope that is clear. From my slope to my chest, I'll mark it. I'll be marking the midpoint of what I have remaining after removing 1 inch. So here I have 8 inches. So the midpoint is 4 inches. From there, I'm going to be coming in half inch. Then I'll make my armhole curve here. I'm going to be marking the midpoint of this, the midpoint of my shoulder from the neck width. I'll mark the slope. Then I'll mark the midpoint. What I have here is 4 inches. So the midpoint is 2 inches, right? Then I'll come to my waist. I'll be marking my nipple to nipple divided by 2, which is 4 inches. Then I'll take my dart intake. So I want to make use of the dart intake of 2.5. This depends on the bust size, right? So for this bust size, I want to make use of 2.5. You can use your bust to calculate this, right? But if you are on the medium size, this 2.5 is fine. So I will divide that into 2. So that gives me 1.25 on both sides, right? So I'll mark it here this way. I also have the same thing too on my under bust. So I'll be connecting it. So I'll be connecting it to a straight line this way. Right? So the nipple to nipple divided by 2, I'll be connecting it from my bust straight to my waist. Now from my bust, I'll be coming down half inch where I'll connect this dart to. So look at the way I'm placing my ruler, right? So I place it this way to connect the dart. So this is what we have. So now remember what we have marked here, right? The midpoint of this loop here. I'll be connecting it to my dart apex here. So I'll place my straight ruler this way, then I'll connect it. So on our chest here, I'll mark the bust circumference divided by 4, which is 9.75. So I will indicate it here. Then the size seam allowance, I'm going to make use of 1.75. Then I'll come to the waist. My waist circumference divided by 4. The waist circumference divided by 4 is 9.25. We'll mark it here. The dart intake is 2.5 inches, right? So we'll also replace it here. Then the size seam allowance of 1.75. We'll mark it here this way. So I'll block. So this is it. So now on my bust line here, on this block line, I'll be coming down 1.25. So this 1.25 is serve as my side dart or my bust side dart. So the reason why I'm indicating this is to contour the bust area. You know that excess you used to have at the bust area. If you do this, you are removing that excess from the bust, that folding that you have on the bust region, you are removing it. And whatever thing you come down here is either you replace it here and connect it to your dart, or you remove it from your back panel. And that's the method I want to use. I will remove it from my back panel. So the front panel is going to be longer than the back panel with whatever thing I come down here. Hope that is clear. So here now we come down 1.25, right? So I'm going to remove this length from, instead of the 17.5 that we came down here, right? Instead of 17.5 that we came down here, for the back panel, we are going to be coming down 16.25. So I've removed 1.25 from it. Hope that is clear. So for the back panel, I will make use of 16.25. But for the front, we make use of 17.5. We have removed 1.25 here, right? So that the side will rhyme when we are sewing it up, sewing our panels back. Hope that is clear. So now I will be connecting it to my dart tapers, half inch before the dart. So this is it. So there's something, what we are doing here is shoulder darts, right? So for shoulder darts, the regular method you do is to remove that again, to contour it, remove that again from this shoulder and connect it to this line here. But there is a new update, and that's what I want to share with you here. So that new update, after making all of these points here, right? So the next thing I want to do now is that I'm going to cut this place open and I will fold this dart. Then I'm going to show you what next to do. So just watch what I'm doing. So I just spin it down this way, right? So the excess we have here, we have transferred it to this shoulder now. So what I want to do now is that I will measure what I have, just smooth it down this way, then you measure what you have this way. So I measure what I have here. Here I'm having 1.75, right? 1.75. So this 1.75 now we divide it by 4. So I'm just going to use my tape rule this way. I will fold it first equally this way. I have, so I'll fold it again this way. So wherever it falls on, that's what I'm going to make use of. So what I have here, I'm going to indicate it here this way. Then we are going to close this up. So I'll also indicate it here. So I'll replace it back this way, right? So I'll be connecting a new armhole now. So this one is no longer needed. So you can do this method any bust size and it will work. We'll connect this straight to this dart tapers back this way. So now I'm going to open this back. Then I'll cut this place open. So when you close it, you are going to have this line here. So you cut that middle line open this way. So don't cut it through. Then you now have a room now to close this now. So we are closing this permanently. So I'm going to use my gum. So if you don't have, you can use sellotape to close it. So I'll close this now, then transfer the excess to the armhole, to the bust again. So this is what we have done. So we have transferred the excess back here. Hope that is clear. So whatever excess that you're supposed to have on your shoulder, we have transferred it back here, right? Now you can now smooth this. If you have any short tape, please smooth it back. Smooth your armhole back, your shoulder back this way, right? So this is all we need for this. The neck depth for my pattern, I'm going to make use the neck depth. I'm going to make use of 2.75 for the neck depth. Then I'll be connecting it to the neck width this way. So our pattern is ready. So I'm going to cut this out. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cut this dart open first. Then I'll close the box dart. So I'm transferring it back here now. So close this way. So this is also, I'm closing this permanently. So I'm going to use my gum. So you can see this is, we are transferring all the excess. So remember, we transfer it from here to here. Now we are transferring it back here now. So this place is open, right? So now that I've closed this part here, you see that I have a shortage here. So it's not, my line is no longer equal here again, right? So I'm going to smooth this back. So I'll cut this out. So you cannot cut this through because it's a shoulder dart, right? So we want to have line here. So you can follow up and cut it through this way. So you see, so if you don't have gum, this will not be easy for you because if you pin it, it will not be easy. So please use gum to gum this, to glue this place so that you can close it first, then cut it through later on. So this is all we need for this pattern now. So now you can proceed and cut this on your fabric. You are okay. But there's something I want to do here. What I want to do is that I also want to remove the excess on this neck area. So as I've mentioned, you can go ahead and cut this directly on your fabric. You don't need to do this one I want to do here. But if you're also having that issue, such as if you know the client you are sewing for and you know that the person has a small chest, right, and he has a small shoulder as well, so you can go ahead and do this too, right? So to remove the excess on the neck area. So that's what I want to do here. So I'll be connecting this to, so I'll just connect this like 1/4 inch to the neck, right? That this is the center, right? So I'll connect it to the dirty piece this way. Then I'm going to make use of 1/2 inch here, so I might not use up to the 1/2 inch. So I'll just make use of more than 1/4, right? But not to 1/2 inch. So I'll be connecting this back to the dart this way too. So this is it. So how am I going to remove the excess? I'm going to cut this, then I'll be closing it. So what I close here is very small, right? So this is just what I close here. It's not up to 1/2 inch. So now this is the pattern for the front panel. So hope this is clear. This is all we need. Hope this is clear. If you don't understand it, please rewatch this and pause it for each step so that you can follow through with all that we have done here. So with this pattern now, you are good to go. And this usually fits in on your corporate dresses. If you are doing corporate dresses, you have to follow this method. Remove all the areas that there is going to be excess. Remove the excess at the bust area, remove the excess at the armhole area, in neck area. We also remove the excess at the shoulder area, right? So all the excess in any area that it will come up. We have removed them. The pattern for the front, so I will move on now to cut for the back. The back pattern is just going to be the normal basic pattern, right? So there's no much work on this. I'll be coming down for my guideline this way. I will also mark my zip seam allowance here. Zip seam allowance, I make use of 1.5 inches. My measurement is starting from this line here, not this part here. Hope that is clear. So I'm going to mark half of this to remove my back budgie so that the zip will relax, right? I don't want that puffing off. I don't want the back to be puffing off, right? So I'm going to mark half of this, which is 0.75. Then I'll be cutting that out. So I'm contouring the back, right? I'll connect it up this way. So this is going off. So in some cases, you can replace whatever you remove from here to your side. But for me, I don't usually replace some, and it will still come out nice. The neckline should be the same with the front, right? So we make use of 3.75. We'll mark it here. The shoulder divided by 2 plus ½ inch, 7.5. I'll be coming down 1 inch for my slope, then go up ½ inch. Then shoulder to chest is 9 inches, the same with the front. Shoulder to bust is 11 inches. Then, as we have explained, the half length for the back, which is to my waist, shoulder to waist is 16.25, right? So we've removed 1.25 from the side dart that we take for the front, right? So the panel for this back will be short. Hope that is clear. So I will connect my chest line this way. Connect my neck width to the slope this way. Then I also go up ½ inch. That's our shoulder seam allowance. We'll mark the midpoint of our slope to the chest, and it's 4 inches. Then I'll come in ½ inch. So this is our armhole curve. My bust circumference divided by 4 on this chest area here, 9.75. I'll be marking the side seam allowance of 1.25. I'll mark it here. I'll come to my waist. The waist circumference divided by 4, 9.25. Then I'll be going to use the dart intake of 1 inch. So I'll replace it here too. Then the side seam allowance of 1.75. Depth for the back, I'm going to make use of 2.5 inches. And I'll connect it to the neck width. But I'm not using Hamo Princess dart. I'm not using shoulder dart. I'm just going to sew my dart. I'll be cutting this out. So here is the panel for the back, and here is my panel for the front. So if you want to see how I'm going to use this panel and cut on my fabric, you want to see the result of what this panel will create for us, please you watch that in my next video, because this video is already too long. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Drop all your questions on the comment section. If you don't understand any part, or you want to more explanation on why I alter some lines here, please let me know in the comment section. I'll give you further explanation. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. Remain blessed. Please hit on that subscribe button if you are seeing this video and you have not subscribed. Please, guys, it helps a lot on this channel. I know all my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Hit on that subscribe button, guys, and turn on the notification bell. Also, please like this video, watch other of my videos as well. Let me know in the comment section, please, guys. If you want me to also work on any style, please also let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Watch out for the sewing part of this pattern that we have drafted. I'll be uploading it after this. Please watch out for that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in class in my next one. Bye.